All right, let's send it over to Tony Sadiku in your first alert forecast. That's a strange one. Hey, Tony.
Yeah, not the smartest of ideas. No. I think we could all agree. Cindy, at 5:15, let's talk some weather. And the weather's pretty quiet here across our corner of the country. I just want to show you. I mean, you probably heard about all of the wet weather across portions of the Midwest, Wisconsin especially. Parts of the over a foot of rain over the weekend. There's another boundary setting up, so it's wet right now across Kansas. There'll be more storms and downpours across the southern plains as well as the southeast. Meanwhile, high pressure's in charge for us, and that's why we'll do another very quiet day, much like the weekend. Really nothing going on. Very benign today, tomorrow, very similar to today. And then by Wednesday, clouds increasing. We'll start to see some energy rotate in our direction. So that'll be enough that, parts of the area will see some wet weather. Probably not widespread or significant rainmaker, but some of that could linger into Thursday before things quiet down. And hey, just in time for the weekend. Right now, the weekend looking pretty dry. But rain is something we could use. I mean, so far this month, we go 10 days, and many of us seeing less than 1/10 of an inch. So we're definitely at a deficit for the month. But going back to the beginning of the summer, June, right, the deficit is over 4 inches. We're not going to make all that up with this rainmaker in the middle of the week, but maybe we could make up some of it. That's the hope. I also want to remind you, air quality alerts, ground level ozone's a concern today. Hudson Valley includes New York City and Long Island. We will watch the AQI. If you are sensitive to this, even though the weather's really nice, you may just want to limit time outside, especially between 11 o'clock this morning to 11 tonight. Next 12 hours shows the temperatures climbing quickly under mostly sunny skies. I could see how we do another 90-degree day. So far, we've got 12 on average. It's 15. It's not the pace we had last year, but we certainly can tally some more. So 90 yesterday, so we'll check that one off. Could we do another today? That'll keep the heat wave going, and then by Tuesday, we'll officially make it a heat wave. But guess what? We'll probably add another one for good measure on Wednesday. That's the most likely day. We're into the 90s. Not to mention, there will be more humidity then, too, so it feels like temperatures get you in the mid to upper 90s before that rain starts to get here. So there's your first alert 7-day forecast. 90 today, a lot of sun. It's the best feeling day probably of the week. Increasing humidity a touch tomorrow. By Wednesday, that's the warmest and the most humid of the week. By Thursday, it starts to feel a little better. By Friday, we're in the mid to upper 80s, all setting the stage for a really nice weekend ahead. We'll check your neighborhoods in a moment, but at 5:17, let's check your traffic with Guy Stanier. Hey, Guy.
Good morning, Tony. We have these two lingering problems. The first one is in Nanuet. An accident involving injuries has all lanes closed on the northbound side of the thruway between exits 13 and 14. All traffic is being detoured off the roadway at Route 303. The second one is in the Bronx. We have an accident investigation. All lanes remain blocked on the southbound Bronx River Parkway at Gun Hill Road. Definitely stick with the Deegan for a smoother ride. And a reminder for riders who use Metro North's Danbury branch, buses continue to replace trains between South Norwalk and Danbury. And for Path Riders, NJ Transit trains and light rail will continue to cross on our tickets due to reduced service due to the switch problems at Hoboken. Alternate side parking is in effect today citywide. Mary and Cindy, back to you.